So, I think when we all realized the final fight of the Koshin wasn't going to be Aichi versus Ren, I think we all kind of made as a fan community, we all went, huh? Like, normally you expect in these, the big climactic bouts, gotta be hero rival, right? Right? That's what it's gotta be. Well, instead, they did something a little bit different, and I'm really glad they did. This was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be. Like, just the whole thing. I think it's kind of a fun idea that this was the fight that felt full-on sports anime. Like, this was the one that was just sort of like, two men about to face each other, beating their chests, pulling their dicks out, laying it all on the table. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I think it kind of was a really nice way to close out Naoki's arc in a way I didn't even think we needed. Yeah, like, Naoki this time around in the... Because, in the original series, Naoki is undeniably one of the best things of Season 3 and 4, which granted isn't saying that much, but Naoki's a great character. But in this series, it was sort of like they kind of made a big deal out of him and his story arc and wanting friends and wanting passion in life and wanting to feel like a better person and redemption. All these things kind of got brought up and then put away to focus on Psyqualia zombies. We all know how that went. So honestly, I think we all kind of forgot. I never thought they'd try and close this character's story arc out, but they did, and I thought they did it in a way that was nice, because the moment I realized that's what they were doing, at first I just thought it was just a generic quick fight we were going to get, but when Aichi and crew were in the room, and Naoki's like, please make me the anchor man, I gotta do this, and he's like, he specifically says, he made fun of you, and I gotta stand up for you, and you're my vanguard, and all that stuff, I realized two things. One, there is going to be a lot of gay fan art quoting this episode. You know it's going to happen, people. And two, this is the resolution. Because what happened when Naoki was a kid? He failed to stand up for Aichi. He couldn't bring himself to care, and that sort of followed him his whole life, and he just felt like he was existing. So what happened in this episode? It was time for him to stand up for Aichi and have all his attempts to get passionate in life and something to care about and let all these people into his life. All of that had to feel like it got paid off. And I never thought they'd go back to it, but they did. And when he won, I just had this big smile on my face. It was just so much fun and felt so gratifying to see this guy get what he deserves for trying to be a better person. And even everything with the brother, yeah, just a little thing. Naoki's brother kind of clearly on the couch, not paying attention, and then he's just kind of huh? What's going on? That was nice, and at the end, no big extreme reaction, just kind of a nice smile, just alright, I really like that, just a nice, subtle little way to show the kind of closing out of everything for Naoki. It also doesn't hurt that the fight is a lot of fun. It's not super long, and in hindsight, there's not a ton of card effects being activated like we saw in the last few. But what this one what this one sort of makes up for is it feels like a nail biter. You feel as just the cards in their hand dwindle, and they've got to try and figure out how to circumvent and still try to come up with strategies. And I like that the Naoki's first Gauntlet Buster turn, though it didn't win the game, was the defining thing, because Ibuki wound up with just no real cards to work with. And also, what a way to bring Gauntlet Buster back. He got played up a lot in the marketing, but for the life of me, I can't remember if he ever did anything super relevant in the original series, which sucks, because I think Gauntlet Buster has sort of this cult following as the OG PG or die card. So it was really cool to see him get his big moment and be used effectively. That was a fun way to use Narukami. But just when it came down to their last few cards, I actually just watched this episode a few minutes ago here on a Sunday. But yesterday at my local, people who watched the episode were saying, Ibuki didn't even make it to his second ride, grade 3 ride. And I'm oh, that probably sucks. You see this fight, no, it doesn't suck. It was worth it, because you just felt the intensity coming out of both players. It was really great. And then at the end of the fight, when Naoki does win and he delivers that punch, it just kind of gets to you, just on this primal fuck yeah level. And I like that when Ibuki apologizes, it's very sincere. It's not sarcastic. It has no sense of sarcasm to it. it's just kind of this, all right, I earned this, I gotta make amends. And so he bows down because he thinks it's going to make Naoki happy. And I like that Naoki's reaction is that's when he kind of realizes, ooh, maybe this was a little too much. Very nice little, very tight little scene, in my opinion. And of course, we also need to cover the most important thing of the episode, and that is, am I the only one who thinks the glass in front of the dugouts everyone is standing in is just there so it can look hazy and they don't need to animate the other characters? Like, why is there this giant glass schism? It makes no sense. It's probably just there so we don't want us to see anything. Oh, right, the actual important thing. So the big thing, obviously, was Corrin and her outburst and remembering who Naoki is. And that whole thing was just fucking adorable. Like, I really like that. Because it's not what you expect to happen. Because, again, you expected a generic fight. And I like that Corrin comes out and does it right when, like, things get turned up to 11. Like, she's sort of the thing that signifies it. Also because since it's not to Aichi or even Misaki, to whom she had established bonds with, it makes the friendship with the group feel a bit more genuine because it's not just the same two people she's always talking to. It's this other guy who she just has that feeling in the back of her brain needs her words of encouragement. And obviously Naoki doesn't then immediately get his memories back, although you can insinuate when Ibuki goes, well, why do you want to reach that trophy? And Naoki's kind of like, I'm not sure. I think that is supposed to insinuate he's also got that gnawing feeling something is wrong. But no, that's what that is. And just even the music, the way it swells and it comes up and everything with Corrin. But also it was smart. They didn't have the episode lose focus. Like, they didn't have Corrin then pass out or stop sobbing or something like that. It was just something she just did on instinct and then just immediately was like, you're an idol. You're getting paid. Shut up. That was cute. That was great. Everyone's cheers were cute and great. And also that final shot, like not before they get up, where they all like dogpile on Naoki and they got kind of like the chibi faces going on. That was so cute. I really like that. And then of course naturally we end with them going towards the trophy. And normally this is where I'd insinuate before everything goes wrong again, but we have at most 2 episodes I think left. So yeah. This is going to go however it goes. I don't really know at this point. All I know is that was the Vanguard Koshin the best tournament arc in anime history? Not by any stretch of the imagination. Did they come up with a really fun way to end it that really just got you into just the insanity of the fight? Yeah, they did. Also, just a cute little thing I noticed. Ibuki inspired someone to get back into Vanguard, not make someone want to quit. That's also a nice, cute little thing they added. But anyways, yeah, so that was this week's Card Fight Vanguard episode. Just a fun 25 minutes of card game nonsense. And sometimes that's what you just want in life. Especially when you do bad at your card shop's premium shop challenge because you don't really know anything about premium. And you kind of don't want to think about anything complicated. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So anyways, as for the Vanguard question of the week, trying to remember anything. Oh yeah, so the Darker Regular VR. I forget if it's a Mon. Apparently everyone's let down. I want to know with Darker Regulars, because Darker Regular has actually turned into one of the sort of like worst decks in Standard, or at least is considered. What do you think would be the thing they'd kind of really need? Because it's weird. They have a lot of cards. It just feels like they don't amount to anything. So tell me about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and come back next week to see me have mixed emotions, because I think we're going to see my Gold Paladins in what is, to all extents and purposes, the antagonistic role of the episode.